I feel blessed, that's evident. I'm the best I've ever been.
Okay.
So if they ask you how I feel,
What's up?
I'ma tell you I feel amazing. I feel blessed, that's evident. I'm the best I've ever been. So if they ask you how I feel, I'ma tell you I feel amazing. I feel blessed, that's evident. I'm the best I've ever been.
I am.
So if they ask you how I feel,
What's up?
I'ma tell you I feel amazing. I feel blessed, that's evident. I'm the best I've ever been.
That's right.
So if they ask you how I feel, I'ma tell you I feel amazing.
And yeah.
Well, it is Wednesday, ladies and gentlemen. That means Gridiron and Gridiron is live on this November 12th, 2025. And I did it yesterday, but I'm going to do it right here with my co-host, Cole Johnson, right here. Thank you to all the veterans that's serving, have served, or that passed away. Yesterday was your day.
Yeah. Thank you for that. And thank you for all who wished me thanks for and gave me gratitude for serving. I'm glad I served for this country. I love it, love her, and of course to many of those who serve, thank you for your service as well, and to the fallen comrades as well. Thank you for your service. Unfortunately, we have to celebrate you posthumously, but it's wonderful. It's a wonderful honor. It's a wonderful honor to serve, and thank you guys for the gratitude, and thank you, Playmaker, for your gratitude as well.
Oh, I didn't forget about you. I was waiting for today to do it.
I know. That's why I didn't say anything Monday.
Today is going to be an interesting episode. We have a coach that says he's going to win the championship in the near future.
Stall.
Brian Kelly is not done with LSU.
That mother.
I
wanted to say something bad about that Joker so much. I wanted to say something about him.
The second CFP rankings have came out, which makes this weekend's campus tour a lot more interesting now.
Crap.
So, today's show is going to be very fun. Thank you if you're watching on the YouTube channel. Thank you for watching. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. If you're watching on my LinkedIn page, hit me a follow on LinkedIn and then slide over to the Playmakers Bar YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe and hit that notification as well. If you're listening on the Real Wise Radio, thank you for tuning in on this Wednesday on the
Real Wise
on the Real Wise Radio.
Shout out to you, Wise. Love you, brother.
And if you are new to Bearing Down the Ground, thank you for tuning in. Feel free to put anything in the chat related to college football. We will read them right live on air and give you our reaction to what your thoughts are as we go along through the show. With that being said, Mr. Johnson.
Yes, sir.
What is the first order of business?
The first order of business is to oh, that's right, is to go into the no huddle.
Sir, you may take it away.
All right, well, I'm gonna have myself a ball right off the bat. I can't believe the gold that comes out of people's mouths. Oh my goodness. Why'd you have to hand this to me on a doggone silver platter? I'm sorry. What am I referencing, ladies and gentlemen? The Florida State's head coach, Mike Norvell. He feels very passionate about his club, and he actually believes that they can win the national championship this year. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. It's wonderful. It's wonderful to see this. When he was questioned about the future of the program, of course, this is pressures being mounting with another Florida State L. Mr. Norvell doubled down his beliefs that the Seminoles will win another championship. Quote, in the near future. Close quote. Oh my goodness. Come on, son. You see what you have you see what you've recruited. It ain't happening now, son. It ain't happening until 2026 neither. Oh, I'm sorry, my bad. Professionalism, Cole. Professionalism. Well, Norville was asked Monday what he thinks the trajectory is for the program heading into the next football season. Now that they are 4-5, taking a 24-10 L to a crappy Clemson team on. Oh, I didn't mean to say it that way. That sounds so cold.
I think you
But
did.
I'm so sorry. But they took it on the chin, 24-10, to a haphazard Clemson squad on Saturday. Now the Seminoles are 2-12 in ACC play, dating back to last year. Now, Norville gave an impassioned 6-minute response in which he defended his track record while also admitting the results of the past 2 years have been trash. Florida State has gone 2-10 the last season. They went 2-10 last season, and this was after they went to win the ACC in 2023 and having the governor of Florida wanting to sue the NCAA. I'm sorry, my bad. Woosah again. Norville said, quote, I'm fully aware of the outside narrative around our team is not good. Around me is probably not good. That's fine. That will not affect the job that I'm going to show up and do. I'm going to pour everything I have to this team with a championship expectation. I've actually won a championship, and we're going to do it again. We're going to do it here. Now, that might piss off some people. So be it. They'll be celebrating when we're hoisting up a trophy, and it will be the belief that I see from our players, the belief I see from our coaches, and the talent that I know that our players have, along with the guys that are coming to be part of this. Close quote. Your thoughts on Mr. Norville or Norvell having a belief that the Seminoles will win a national championship probably later this year or sometime next year.
You ain't gonna make it to next season. Like that's you see, Florida State, when y'all came out and said y'all was gonna make a decision at the end of the year, this is what you invited in right here.
Mm-hmm.
This man's believe that he'll still be the coach of Florida State. Florida State fans don't want him no more. They are done with him. Unlike Louisiana, at least Ron DeSantis actually kept his mouth closed for once.
Well, he has to keep his mouth shut.
Jerk off.
Oh, and for those who don't know, Playmaker actually resides in the wonderful Sunshine State. That's why he has such a passionate opinion about his governor. Well, Norville, who is 37-32 in his sixth season.
And you know the funny thing is?
Yes, sir.
You know the funny thing is?
Mm-hmm.
Ron DeSantis, you're in the same city, so you see the thing every single week.
Not just in the same city. They're not even a mile away from one another. The governor's mansion, you can chunk a stone and hit Florida State from the governor's mansion.
And it's nice to see you shut up. Now, Mike Norvell, I'm not gonna go too hard at you because you're supposed to say the things that you said.
What?
You're supposed to say that. You're supposed to say that because you're in denial.
You're not gonna go too hard on him? What? Wow.
Like you trust me, if a coach was to say something different, you'll go hard at him from even saying anything different than what he said.
You got a point there.
So I'm not gonna go too hard at Mike Norvell. Okay. You're supposed to say what you said.
Okay.
But are you even gonna make it through the rest of this season? That I don't think you understand how mad. It ain't even the fact that that you suck this season. You lost to Stanford.
Well, it was in Stanford. It was in Palo Alto.
This is Florida State University we're talking about here, sir. There's no sport that people care about, which is football and basketball, to where you lose to a team called Stanford,
But they were in Palo Alto, so it wasn't at home.
especially in the ACC conference.
That's what I'm saying. It was in Palo Alto. It wasn't at home.
They still lost to Stanford.
Yeah, well, that's true. They did.
Lose to Clemson. Well, you always lose to Clemson. It's nothing new. It's a back and forth rivalry between y'all. You lost to Miami.
Wow.
Well, it's a rivalry. Y'all go back and forth. So Miami's on top. It is what it is. Stanford. Matter of fact, who else did you lose to? I want to know.
They lost at home to Pitt.
Well, Pitt got College GameDay, so that's not as bad as
No,
as
it's
it
not.
once was.
That wasn't a bad L, no, but it was an L at home nonetheless.
They are sick and tired of you right now. You want to tell you how I know they're sick and tired of you right now? Florida State fan is not filling up my social medias like they used to.
Oh, that's so nice of them.
So guess what, Mike Norvell? I don't think you're gonna make it in that season. But I'm not mad at the confidence though. Oh Lord.
You're not mad at the confidence. Well, I'm not mad at the confidence either, but I'm mad at the delusion. How dare this joker actually think that Florida State is actually going to amount to anything in the next 2 years? I mean, I could understand if he said this mid-September when things were going right and you spanked Alabama. Then I could say, well, okay, it looks like things are on the up and up. Not today, partner. Not today. No. Mm-mm-mm. No, son. You need to stop smoking the peace pipe. Stop smoking the peace pipe and stop smoking it now. Because you are hot garbage on that sideline. And I get that you have to be politically correct and you have to rah the troops and all that type of crap. But this is not the 2023 squad where they actually had talent. You now have found out that you are a one-hit wonder. How is it that you probably are as good at your job as Right Said Fred is in music? No, Right Said Fred actually is a group. I'll try Milli Vanilli. I feel much better than that. I had to get that off real quick. Now, Norvell, he has been 37 and 32 in his coaching career and the 6 seasons he's been with the Seminoles. Now, he said Monday that he has fixed the program once. He'll fix it again, saying, quote, I've got elite level confidence for what's ahead of us. I know not everybody wants to hear that. I don't care. I know what's going to be. And I'm grateful for the opportunity that I have. Also understand that it's not been good enough, right? And the results, they matter, right? But we're going to take that step and we're going to get that job done. Close quote. Before I go onward, I will say this again. Mike Norvell, stop smoking that peace pipe, son. Stop. Stop smoking it. Good Lord. Might not be a peace pipe you're smoking. Might have something that's fleshy and has pubic hair. Never mind. All right. From the East Coast and the Atlantic Coast to the Pacific Coast, the city of Pasadena, California, and the Rose Bowl Operating Company filed a request for a preliminary injunction and temporary restraining order in Los Angeles County Superior Court on Monday, attempting to prevent UCLA from leaving the Rose Bowl Stadium and ending its lease until pending litigation against the school is resolved. The filing states the following, quote, there is no way to sugarcoat it. UCLA has confirmed its imminent departure, severely destabilizing plaintiffs' core and operations. Those operations are structured around and contingent upon UCLA. Close quote. Last week, the city of Pasadena and the RBOC, the Rose Bowl Operating Company, filed a lawsuit against UCLA, University of California, Los Angeles, to attempt to force the school to honor the terms of their lease with the venue. The current lease requires them to continue to play their home games at the Rose Bowl till 2043. In Monday's filing, the plaintiffs point out that the lease agreement, quote, expressly prohibits UCLA from conducting any home games in any facility located in the Los Angeles area or in the Orange County area, other than the Rose Bowl itself, close quote, and claimed that they would suffer, quote, immediate and irreparable harm, close quote, if UCLA is not forced to keep the status quo of the lease during the lawsuit. Now, your thoughts on UCLA
No,
wanting
no,
have
no,
itched to play in SoFi Stadium
no, no,
and
no.
wanted
Go,
and
continue,
and
continue on, because
wanted
you didn't get to the good
to
part.
ditch.
We didn't get to the good part yet.
Okay, fine. The Rose Bowl, a designated national historic landmark with a seating capacity of about 89,000, has been home to UCLA since 1982. But the program is attempting to move its games to the newer SoFi Stadium, which is 14 miles closer to the school's campus and has a capacity of 70,240. This season, the average attendance for the Bruins, which I'm proud of you from getting out of the doldrums of being winless, to now 3-6, in their 5 home games has been 39,000. In response to the lawsuit filed last week, UCLA said in a statement provided to ESPN that they, quote, continue to evaluate the long-term arrangement for UCLA football home games, close quote, and that, quote, no decision has been made, close quote. Now, I'll restate the question. So, what do you think about UCLA wanting to get out of that old rickety, torn down, spindly legged, antique of a stadium, and they have that itch like they're smoking crack to go to SoFi?
So this is an interesting thing here because um, what was the number you said? Rose Bowl sits.
Rose Bowl sits approximately 89,000 people.
Okay, so 89,000.
Yes.
What is UCLA doing in that building?
Well, the Rose Bowl seats 89,000. They draw 39,000.
I don't recall myself being a mathematician, but that sounds about like 50,000 seats ain't being sold.
That is correct, sir.
Now, why they can only do 39 when it seats 89, and then it's the Rose Bowl we're talking about here, a place where just about every Big Ten team that wasn't a part of the BCS bowl game was like, hey, if we ain't playing for the national championship, we'll play in the Rose Bowl. We'll play for the Rose Bowl. And that place will be filled to the top. Am I lying?
No, you're not.
So, what's going on between the Rose Bowl and UCLA? UCLA is like, man, look here. And they say, hold on, 14 miles closer is SoFi Stadium to UCLA? 14 miles closer?
Yeah.
So how far is Pasadena from the UCLA campus?
Very far, sir.
So
for those who don't know, the campus of UCLA basically is west of downtown. Pasadena is east of downtown. And SoFi is close to downtown.
Inglewood, California. Anybody?
Right.
So we are talking about a situation where we got to drive a long way just to have a home game,
Hence why I believe you get
and
probably
not long to have
39,000
a home game, but now don't even have home field advantage at that said home game.
for just about every game. Yeah.
And why is that? Because you think people want to spend hours in traffic trying to get to a UCLA game?
I love LA. Not that
As
traffic.
as somebody on national discussion, as somebody on national television, you will say there are distractions in Los Angeles.
Oh Lord.
There are plenty of things to do in Los Angeles besides be
As
stuck in traffic for a football
as,
game.
as he sips his latte.
Just letting you know.
As he sips his doggone latte.
Well, we all know he likes to go to LA and Miami a lot.
Yeah, I wonder why.
But I feel this is appropriate to use with this setting right here.
Mm-hmm. That's you heard me correct, Snowman. UCLA wants to play their home games at SoFi. Yes, Snowman Multimedia he says UCLA wants to do what? With 4 exclamation points and 4 question marks. Yes, they want to move to the smaller but newer and closer to the campus SoFi Stadium to play their home games. Mm-mm-mm. So when reached following Monday's filing, the campus themselves declined to say a word. I wonder why. A hearing is tentatively scheduled today. Yeah, boy, I swear. Mm-mm-mm.
And then my thing is, you're the Rose Bowl. Do you really need UCLA?
The Rose Bowl doesn't need UCLA. It's definitely the other way around. But the
They the ones
Rose
we're
Bowl,
trying to strain on, not UCLA.
yeah, but the Rose Bowl operating committee is like, you signed that contract on it. And I knew this day was coming because I knew UCLA was looking at that wonderful stadium in Inglewood and was like, that's where we should have our home games. We should play there. Wouldn't it be cool to have home games there? It'd be fire.
Nah, you
I'm,
be fired.
it'd be fire. I mean, we're playing this 19th century saloon. We got to play in that they say they are stadium. They talk about Wrigley Field being rickety. And Wrigley Field is a modern state of art compared to the Rose Bowl. That's what UCLA is thinking. If they're thinking at all. Well, we're staying in the Big Ten and on the West Coast as well. As Washington coach Jed Fish pushed back against the notion that he wants to leave for another job. But that speculation was fueled in part because his family isn't living with him while his daughter finishes her school in Arizona. Oh, side note. Lane Kiffin, stay in Mississippi. Stay in Oxford. Don't go to no doggone Gainesville. End rant.
Hater.
That's not hating.
You hating. Why you hating? Why you hating?
He's doing good at a school.
But you hating though.
I'm not hating.
You is hating.
He has no business being in Florida. None.
What you mean he had no business being in
I
Florida? That man
know
want to come to Florida. That man can come to Florida.
I know, and he has history with Steve Spurrier. No, he has his own program. Stay in Oxford.
What there's something going on behind the scenes that we don't know about?
That's scary.
This ain't.
Yeah, it's true. Fish responding Monday to a question about being included on candidates list for other jobs said the authors of such lists, quote, have no idea what's going on, honestly, close quote. The second-year Huskies coach outlined his excitement about quarterback Damon Williams Jr., other promising young players on the roster, and the investments Washington has made in its program. Now, the 45-year-old coach has been in 11 different college programs and NFL teams since 2008, never spending more than 3 years at one spot. So the speculation is rather valid. He has been he's been included on candidate lists for the coaching option in UCLA, where he was offensive coordinator and interim head coach there in 2017, and his alma mater, Florida, as well as other jobs. Fish still has his ties with top UCLA donor Casey Wasserman. A main reason fueling the speculation is that Fish's wife and his 3 daughters have remained in Arizona, where Jed Fish coached from 2021 to 2023 before taking a job in Seattle. Now, why don't you all go after Jed Fish? And what are your thoughts about Jed Fish basically being how can I say this? Dogmatic about staying in Washington?
Then you gonna read the quote?
Oh, fine. Okay. So the quote that came from Fish said, quote, myself, my family, we love coaching at the University of Washington. And the ridiculousness of people that want to claim that because my wife and daughters are living in Arizona, because I have a 16-year-old who's been in 5 different schools in the last 8 years to finish her high school, has anything to do with my decision. Close quote. Yes, it does, fool. I'm sorry, my bad. Woosah. Your thoughts on Fish wanting to uproot his family yet again for the 6th time in 9 years, and why is he not being considered for the Florida job?
I don't know why you asked me that other question. That other question is irrelevant.
Because in the article it said that his name is being mentioned for the Florida job.
Like I said, I don't know why you asked the other question. The other question is irrelevant.
Well, I'm being the investigative journalist that I am. I figured I should ask the hard, tough questions.
That was not a hard question. It literally says in the freaking article that you just read. You ain't even investigated a goddamn thing. See, people, you have to pay attention to the words that are being said. Otherwise, you'll get caught. That's what happened to these people that get caught and have to come back on air and make an apology. Because they're not paying attention to what words are being used when asked questions. I might have to clip that because that might be a good teaching tool for people, even those in the national media. Okay. First thought when I picked this article was I ain't hear no schools in Arizona looking for a head coach.
Well, it's none of the.
So why is the fact that his family being in Arizona has something to do with him leaving? There's no jobs in Arizona he's trying to get. That was my initial thought going in. Now that you read the article, and I got the article right in front of me, your butt been at what it was 11 different places since 2008. 11 different schools are NFL teams since 2008.
Yes. 11 different colleges and NFL teams. Yeah, in a 17-year span.
That's a lot of moving.
Yeah, I don't think
And then the article says you haven't been at one spot for more than 3 years. That's alarming.
You doing more movement than Larry Brown.
Don't I have the notion to be like give the coach 3 years and then you'll see where you at?
Well, I mean, the normal rule
He
of
takes
thumb.
that literally.
Well, the normal rule of thumb in college is the first 2 years. The first 2 years you're dealing with the previous coaches recruits. The third year is when you have majority your recruits that you're coaching. That's the normal rule of thumb with college football.
Seems they don't apply to him.
No, because he goes most of these programs before he gets to year 3, and then goes to another and goes to the others after year 3. So yeah,
Now I'm with you. I understand that you ain't trying to make a decision because you want your daughter to actually settle in a high school for once.
he's a
Which is
bold-faced lie. I'm sorry. You can call me out on poking fun at you that he actually is a Florida alum. That's a bold-faced lie. He actually said in that same article, he's moved that same daughter 5 times in the last 8 years.
middle school going into high school.
5 times in 8 years, you have moved that child.
I wonder how many friends she actually has.
Not many, or at
'Cause
least not many that stay around.
that's a lot of moving.
Mm-hmm.
But we shall see, Mr. Fish, when you're done with the 2025 season with the Washington Huskies. Because you went to Wisconsin and got beat like some drums.
It's not his fault.
Who loses to Wisconsin these days?
I mean, it's still not his fault. I mean, he was.
Who's the head coach?
If you let me finish, it's not his fault. He had to deal with these allegations. He had to deal with the fact that, okay, well, Jed, you moving again? Your time almost is up. Is you about to break camp? And see, he has to deal with that. He's not focused on his program. And then like you said correctly, they got beat like a drum at Camp Randall. And you were ranked too. Ouch.
This is what it looked like in Seattle right now when it comes to the Washington Huskies.
You're off the screen? Wow. Just persona non grata.
Just a black screen.
They're the same. Persona non grata. They're Nathan. Wow.
Took your butt to Madison, Wisconsin, got beat like a drum, and Wisconsin actually got to jump around for once.
He basically was like LL Cool J and Mom Said Knock You Out. Watch them bash this bit like a skull. Man, that's cold. The rapper will not allow.
Well, like I said,
Mr.
Mr. Fish, we will see what you do after this season.
Well, if history seems to back your play, it looks like he's going to be moving again for the 12th time in 18 years.
Matter of fact, I don't even think I want you at Florida.
He answered the question, yes.
You didn't even ask, and I knew what you was thinking.
No, I did ask the question.
No, you asked why. You asked why he's not being pursued. I'm like, it's literally in the article, like he's in the running. Like
I know.
the question I answered was in your damn head.
Which you want?
How do you feel about? No, I don't even think I want you to play. You can't. You wouldn't even have a commitment to stay past 3 years at a place, and you weren't even a head coach at these places too.
At most of them, he wasn't right.
I don't even think I want you in Florida. When you come to Florida, it's a commitment to Florida.
That's why I said, Lane, stay in Oxford. You're fine there.
Hater. Here's the reason why I'm calling him a hater. Because one part of it, he's speaking the truth, but the other part is he's still stinging from that loss he had in the swamp.
Well, no. Done that has done it. No, the get talking crap to you about Kiffin. No, I'm just having fun with that. No, no, I'm still steamed over that, and you know when I'm steamed because I'll put this on the screen.
Oh, I know you still steaming over that.
The mother effing lush. Because I can't put the smiling jackass on it. I have to put the lush on it. Lord.
Trust me. For the rest of this season, he's not going to let go of that loss.
They were down 29-14 before they woke up and said, "Oh, we rate number 9 in the country. We actually have a fight on our hands." Too late, suckers. And by the way, the program was unranked. And you got mollywopped. You got whipped worse there than you did in the horseshoe. Come on. How? Yes, I'm still pissed off. But the Kiffin thing is not. But the Kiffin thing is not in regards to that. It's more along the lines of, it'll be great if Kiffin comes on the sideline. We'll relive the days of Steve Spurrier, the old football coach. Yay!
I don't know about
happy
that.
days are higher again. Yay! You know, you hear some of them fools in games speaking like that.
What Gator fan you be talking to? Jeez. I'm actually in the Gator fan group, and they don't even mention Lane Kiffin like that.
No, well, some of the MAGA. I'm sorry, my bad. I didn't mean to say that. Oh wow, wow. But
do you get all the annoying fan bases at one time or something? Jeez. Because I'm pretty sure the fans, the Gator group I'm in, we ain't not knowing. The most annoying thing about the Gator group that I'm in is they lose their goddamn mind over a loss. I'm trying to figure where you be finding these people at. Somehow I be avoiding these people.
I'm glad you do avoid them. These boss of rocks dummies. Unfortunately, I see too many of them, hear too many of them.
Speaking of which, they actually helped me transition to the Southeastern Conference, cuz.
Speaking of have a brain that has a boss of rocks in it.
Brian Kelly lawsuit. LSU claiming it has a formal terminal coach.
Take the money, dummy. I'm sorry.
And a legal filing against LSU board's supervisors. Brian Kelly's attorney says LSU has taken the position that it has not formally terminated Kelly as the Tigers football coach. The school, according to the petition of declaratory judgment, is now seeking to fire Kelly for cause and potential avoid paying a full buyout of nearly $54 million. The filing claims that LSU informed Kelly's representative of this position Monday. According to a copy of the suit obtained by ESPN, says, quote, LSU representative had a call with Kelly's representative where LSU took the position that Kelly had not been formally terminated and informed the coach's representatives for the very first time that LSU believed grounds of termination for cars existed, close quote. The 48-page lawsuit was filed in the 19th Judicial District for the parish of East Baton Rouge, Louisiana, just hours after this call.
That'd be judicial.
Yeah, shut up.
I I'm sorry. I was
I
trying to
knew, I
help.
knew you, I knew you was gonna do that. I knew you was gonna do that. I knew it.
It is a hard word to say.
Yeah, I know. According to the filing, Kelly's lawyers are seeking, quote, a declaratory judgment confirming that LSU termination of Coach Kelly is without cause and that Kelly is entitled to receive the full liquidated damages provided for in, quote, his contract, close quote. If LSU has, quote, clause, then the school would no longer owe the full amount of the buyout.
Oh my
Now,
gosh.
before my co-host goes, because he probably won't get the full screen, because he there's like so many different ways he can go with this. Um, Number one,
Gosh.
for to the representatives of Brian Kelly, you know what the cause is?
He can't win.
He sucked at his job at LSU.
He also sucked his job at Notre Dame, but that's besides the point.
Number one, have you guys heard the guy named Cam Newton? If you have, then you know he's on a show called First Take on weekdays. Oh, he also has a show that he talks sports, but it's called Fourth and One. And if you had paid attention to one Cameron Newton, he told you what it's like to be a coach/player in the SEC.
Oh, Cameron Jarrell Newton?
Yes, that guy.
Okay.
It's different than any other conference in college football.
Which he's correct. It is.
Now that's to the representative side. To the LSU side of things, I did not know y'all was a bunch of dumbasses until this.
Look, and I'm saying this at the risk of sounding harsh because I was born in the state. We're speaking about Louisianians here. I'm sorry. Continue.
I did not know y'all was a bunch of dumbasses. If you fire the coach, you fire the coach. If you gotta pay him, pay him. But you know what happened? Matter of fact, but now you know what I'm getting at. Y'all ain't even firing him because he sucked at his job. That's not even the real reason why you fired him. I know the real reason why you fired him.
What was the real reason why they fired him?
The real reason you fired because that dumbass governor of yours stepped in.
Governor Landry? He's not.
If Governor Landry wanted to open his stupid ass mouth and said the things like he said, you wouldn't be in this goddamn predicament.
How dare you disparage the name of Governor Landry?
Well, that's because somebody else gonna do it for me to the full extent.
Oh my. I'm sorry. I don't mean to steal your glory, sir. Continue.
Oh no, go ahead. You got the full screen. It's all yours. I literally set that up just for you to go right in.
Oh my goodness. So, for those who are unaware of how Baton Rouge is set up, it's almost similar to that of Tallahassee, but Tallahassee is a bigger city where you can almost chuck a stone from the governor's mansion and you can hit the campus of LSU. So, it's funny. It's absolutely funny to me that we're actually seeing in real time a program operating with no balls. Why are you eating Louisiana State University? Why are you being influenced at all? At all? Why are you being influenced by the governor of the state? Who gives a crap about a Jeff Landry? Does he actually own any interest in the oh no. So you mean to tell me he might actually have money tied to your program? You mean he actually might have interest in it? He actually might be a booster? Oh, I hope that's not the case. Because if so, that would reek of collusion. but I don't want to say that. Now, to Brian Kelly and my co-host actually said it right. I think you lucked into the job because you knew. Let me see if I could put this in a nice way of saying it. You knew that you were dealing with dummies. You snowed them fools in South Bend. You figured you would snow even further those chumps in Baton Rouge, and congratulations, you did. Because if LSU did their homework, they would have seen that you only had one good season, and it was led by a man who was catfished.
Catfish hard at that.
Yeah. And look, Manti, love you, brother. I hate that happened to you. But still, that program, the team that you led to the national championship game, it was led by the man who was catfished.
Did you say national championship game?
National championship game.
Oh,
Yes.
I didn't know he led the team to a national championship game. My bad.
Yes. Yeah. Got dog walked by Alabama. That is,
That's why nobody thought that was a national championship game. Okay.
yeah. Because Alabama, who they, of course, this was right in the midst of Nick Saban ruling college football. Yeah. National championship game, and Alabama ran it on them. The reason why I know this is because when I went to college about a few years later, the capstone project that one of my cohorts decided to make was the 2010 national championship game between Alabama and Notre Dame. And for 15 minutes, we got a good dissertation as to why you suck, Kelly. Now, he's an Alabama fan. He could have gone on and on and on about how wonderful the Tide was, but he said pretty much they lucked into that national championship because they didn't really have to do much because of the chump that was on the sideline on the opposite end. And that was your best performance. You couldn't sniff much of anything at any other year at Notre Dame, and you get to LSU and you don't even get that far. But you feel as though you need to be broken off a whole ton of cheddar because you put your John Hancock on the dotted line. Give it up. I've said on this program, if you are leading any school, but definitely an SEC school, you're guaranteed at least 2 hot garbage performances. And you gave us 3 this year before we even got to November. Take it as an L. Understand that basically you were nothing more than a pawn, obviously, because LSU was scared of Governor Landry and having them call the school out and say, "Well, the AD don't need to do anything. I should be the AD, and I would fire him myself." So those dummies with no balls decided, "Oh well, we'll capitulate to the governor and we'll fire him ourselves." And yes, I think it's rather stupid that we're having this dissertation. Stupid. You effing lost many games that you shouldn't have. You made your team look horrible this year 3 different times. It would have been a 4th if Clemson wasn't so crappy. It turns out you lucked up with that game. Otherwise, there would have been 4 losses. And you averted the L that you was going to take in Tuscaloosa this past Saturday, because that would have been the 4th game that your team would have looked horrible with you on the sideline. But you know something? Here's the damning part about this. That team in Tuscaloosa actually looked better than when you would have been on the bench. Yes, I know the final score is 20-9, but they actually showed fight. They actually showed that they actually cared, and they actually showed that they wanted to at least be invested in the game. Now, were they outwitted? Were they outmatched? Were they out strategized? Yes, on all fronts. But at least they showed fight, unlike your team when you coached last at home against Texas A&M, and you played a pretty first half, and then you all went to sleep in the third quarter for the second year in a row against that squad. My advice to you, Kelly, is to be like Steve Miller. Gone, take the money and run. Gone, take the money and run. Woo, hoo, hoo. Take the money, you fake Southern Baptist preacher. And don't darken anybody's sideline again. Get rich off of the money you about to be broken off, which is close to what, 75 million? Just take the money and go, please. Jeez. You suck as a coach. You had 2 programs where you were the head coach, and you failed miserably at both of them. Just take the money and get. Jeez.
That went longer than I thought. Okay.
Man pisses me out. The TF off. And so does Landry too. Get out of LSU's business, son. You got a whole state where you have education issues out the wazoo.
LSU has become a mess, which is what they call it, don't say. Speaking of mess,
Chapel Bill.
well, people are. You see what they did with Jeff Fish? Well, they're doing the same thing with Bill Belichick. North Carolina coach Bill Belichick said he's focused on Wake Forest after questions about potential interest in the vacated New York Giants head coaching job because they fired Brian Daboll.
That's correct.
Sorry you had to put Walter Wilson back in the game, sir. I'm very sorry.
Ow.
During his Tuesday news conference in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, Belichick was asked what his message was to the team given the speculation about the newly open job. He said, quote, "Get ready for Wake Forest. That's all I got this week." Close quote. As a follow-up, Belichick was asked whether players or recruits have inquired about the speculation that began after the Giants firing Brian Daboll on Monday. Coach Belichick said, quote, "I've been asked about it from time to time. Look, I've been down this road before. I am focused on Wake Forest. That's it. That's my commitment to this team. This week is Wake Forest. Next week is that opponent, and so forth. I'm here to do the best for this team." Close quote. Coach Johnson, Bill Belichick is still Bill Belichick.
Bill, yeah, the position for head coach where you were the defensive coordinator back in the 80s and you were successful, got 2 rings with them. It's open. Are you even thinking about being with them? We're on the way for us. Coach Belichick, so what are you thinking about when you play NC State down the line? We're on the way for us. Sir, what do you think about the new basketball season for the Tar Heels? We're on the way for us. Well, let me see. There's other positions that could open up too in NFL, and it seems like that game is more suited to you. Are you thinking about taking any of those positions? We're on the way for us. Is that all the question you have? Thank you. We're on the way for us. What do you expect this guy to say? I mean, you knew how can I put this? You knew what this guy was going to offer before he stepped in the door. You're going to ask him any question like that, he's going to look at you and say, it's business as usual. We can't focus on that. We have to focus on what is right ahead of us. I mean, that's what he's going to say. Looking like a pruned up, Palpatine in Star Wars. I mean, what do you expect? So, I guess the next thing is, Coach Belichick, Mike Vrabel is actually one step down. Are you thinking about taking that New England job again? If you dummies don't expect him to say, "We're on the Wake Forest," you got to be out your mind.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you, Bill.
And I was gonna end by saying, you wanted this playmaker, you finally got it.
Thank you, Bill. Yes,
Because you knew it was coming.
Because them idiots couldn't wait to add for some openings to come. Hey, you want to go back to the NFL? I'm focus on this team right here. You idiots. They thought Bill Belichick was going to be different. I love it. Belichick is in his first year with the North Carolina Tar Heels, which has won 2 straight games to bring his record to 4-5. Before coming to college, coach Bill Belichick spent just about his entire head coaching career with the New England Patriots winning 6 Super Bowls.
Yeah. Over 20 years.
That man got his team on a winning streak, and y'all want to ask him, do he want to go back to the NFL?
You lost 5 your first 7 games as a college coach. You thinking about going back to NFL? We're on the way for us. Lord.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Bill Belichick still lives.
We're on the way for us.
It took 9 games for us to get to this point?
Mm-hmm.
It was actually longer than I actually expected.
You sycophants aren't asking the right questions. We're on the Wake Forest. You chumps bore me. We're on the Wake Forest.
I can go to break now.
We're on the Wake Forest.
Everything Boston. I love you morons. New Kids on the Block, New Edition.
Dear whatever the law firm is. Sincerely, the U.S. Supreme Court.
Ben Affleck, Matt Damon. Go yourself again, Jason Whitlock.
WWE Shop is your online source for all things WWE. Be a part of the excitement and score wrestling gear for big events like WrestleMania or SummerSlam. From current superstars to legends, from Raw to SmackDown to NXT. Don't miss this chance to shop for the most awesome WWE merch. Shop for the best deals as well as WWE gift cards and save big on your favorite items. WWE Shop at Fanatics Experience.
Cool McCain.
You thought you wanted Gunther against Chad Gable, but you didn't. And I'm going to tell you why. Chad Gable would take everything that Gunther's done and bury it.
The Playmaker.
It was on site. AJ Styles walked out there seeing LA Knight. Oh, okay. And then LA Knight hopped out the car. Let's go.
Break down everything in TNA, AEW, and all of the WWE programming. Join these 2 kings, monarchs of wrestling, live every Monday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 p.m. Central on the Play Caller Sports Talk YouTube channel. Oh boy.
You know, can y'all do another mentality episode?
One will be lined up. Yes. Why?
Because I like to add another F situation for Wise.
Oh Lord,
And you can say F Michelle Beale.
Lord, why you want him to go after Michelle Beadle? Because she can't stand Stephen A. Smith.
Ain't the fact she can't stand Stephen A. So it's the word she used. You praying for somebody's downfall? Really?
The chick is an atheist, so I don't even take her serious. Oh, so you don't even pray at all. Shut up, heifer.
If you hate the guy, you hate the guy. But for you to say I'm praying for his downfall, now I have a problem with you.
She's living for her downfall.
As much
Get
as much as that
get
man
with
don't
Christ, heifer.
as much as that man don't like LeBron James, he has never came out and said I'm praying for his downfall.
Get with Christ, heifer.
That man actually want
somebody's
LeBron
downfall.
James. That man actually want LeBron James to come back and play good so he can be in LA and doing the West Conference Finals.
Chick praying for somebody's downfall, but you living for yours. Shut up.
I'm sorry, I had to get that in there.
No, that's fine. I'm glad you did, and I will schedule that in there, as a request of Playmaker, and I will say to him, Playmaker wants you to go in on Michelle Beadle.
Just because she said that statement, everything else I can care less. Is that statement right there?
Saying that, but the thing is, he probably might say, well, yeah, she might be an atheist and she probably don't have a clue and she likes to eat cockroaches, but she might have a point. I can't stand Stephen A.
But I know in Wise would never pray for somebody's downfall.
No, he would pray for somebody's downfall. He would pray for a few people's downfall.
Okay, outside of the fat mullet.
I could think about 3 people he would pray the downfall for, right off rip.
That's just wrong.
It is wrong, but because
I don't think people really understand when you do stuff like that. It actually comes to you.
Teddy Pendergrass, way back when, did a song called "The Circle of Life," and the beginning and the end of the song says, "The evil that you do is coming back to you." Yeah, and that's exactly what's going to happen to one Miss Beadle, because that's an evil thing to say, and that was the only thing that I thought. I'm like, oh, you praying for somebody's downfall? Well, it just means that you almost are securing yours. And I don't want that for her. I want her to be saved, but the chick is just so far down. And yes, I'm a Christian. So is Playmaker. Shut up if you have a problem with it.
One thing I can't say about Stephen A. Smith, he don't pray for nobody downfall.
No, and he even said it on Straight Shooter. It's like, look, it's not that I really want her to, do bad, but, and he basically was framing the decisions you made to basically put you in the position you are now. As talented as you are, that's why is no one calling your name? ESPN called you to, but you reached out to ESPN. Why aren't you back there? So he framed it from that standpoint without saying the fact that you're an atheist hoe is the reason why you are having your life sucked completely and why you are circling down the doggone drain. I'd say it and won't care about the consequences.
Now that I got off my soapbox,
Michelle Beadle.
And then Cole Johnson decided to join me on it.
Yes. I have 100% with you on that, sir.
We can get back to business at hand.
Now we can have some fun.
Time for the Gridiron Roundup.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. From that whack witch Michelle Beadle to a bomb track. Yes.
The fact that I found that track is going to stay. I think I have my permanent the Gridiron Roundup
Yes, that thing
intro.
knocks. That thing knocks. I love it.
All right, this week I get to start it off this week.
Why did you put the not the Memphis? Oh my gosh, not the Memphis Knuckle upside down. That's cold. Okay. Quote from the penthouse to the outhouse. Memphis, and they really did, screwed up their playoff hopes. Mm. Mm.
So Tulane comes in to Memphis, Tennessee,
And beat them down, basically.
and they just jump all over Memphis.
They beat them down.
And the halftime score is 28-17 at halftime.
35.
About 35-17. Yeah, I mean, just jumped all over Memphis. Memphis made a furious comeback in the fourth quarter, but fell short 38-32. Now I know people like, but playmaker, Tulane ain't a garbage team. Yeah, I get that.
They're not garbage.
They're not garbage. They're 4-1 in conference play. Matter of fact, I think I have that slide for you right here. Here the conference standings. They're 4-1. South Florida 4-1. Navy 5-1. North Texas, shout out to Alex Lagazar, the Bearman, 4-1. That's his alma mater. East Carolina 4-1, and then you have Memphis 4-2. See, what y'all don't know is the 2 spot. Hold on, why is Memphis 4-2? Because back in October, this happened.
I forgot they lost to UAB.
Exactly. You didn't even think about Memphis playing UAB.
No.
That's how bad it is. You want to know how bad it is? Let me go back to the standings. Where do you see UAB at?
That's the only conference dub. Wow. Okay.
I don't think they heard you in the cheap seats over at Nashville Stadium.
Okay. I said that the University of Alabama Birmingham's conference record this year is 1-4. The only conference win this year was against Memphis.
So you want to know why I'm sitting here saying that Memphis screwed up themselves? Now this loss has meaning now.
There's a lot of meaning.
Because you couldn't beat Tulane. If you beat Tulane, guess what? You're in a spot that you were in last week. But now this loss back on October 18th can hang over your head for the rest of the season, which is going to keep you out of the playoffs. UAB. Oh yeah, because do you see how many teams is like only has one loss in conference play? Yeah, and all don't play each other. We only got 3 weeks left.
Don't say many of them has only one loss.
Exactly, and we only got 3 weeks, so all of them don't play each other.
Right.
So Memphis, speaking of religion, y'all gonna need some prayers to get back into this.
Oh, that was nicely done, sir.
Because y'all couldn't handle business.
Yeah, that's sad.
So good job. Very good job, Memphis. You screwed your darn self. Just thoroughly screwed yourself.
No pause.
I don't care if you paused it. I don't care if you double pause it, triple pause it, quadruple pause it. I don't pause it at all.
And you dropped your pants, grabbed your joystick, and you stroked it hard.
You was already one loss in. You knew you was already one loss in. And Tulane came in and said, "Oh, also y'all. So they think y'all gonna be the Group of 5 champion."
You know, that record looks nice. How about if we ruin it? And Tulane did. And congrats to Tulane.
Now, normally Cole Johnson has two picks. I combine the two picks because I feel it is a very great way to just kill one whole conference with one stone.
Oh, Lord. So the Cavs and the Cards both folded at home. The ACC is in music chairs game. Yes, they are.
And all these teams are playing musical chairs.
So that's SMU, Virginia, Duke, Louisville, the U, Pittsburgh, and Georgia Tech.
Now, why is the ACC playing music chairs,
Yes.
playmaker? Well,
Why?
because that
Why?
happened, Cole Johnson.
So both of them played home games. Both of them were ranked. Both of them were ranked in the top 20. Let's start in Charlottesville.
Hold on, but and we've got
Yes.
one more. You've got one. Both of them played unranked teams.
And both of them at home played unranked teams. So let's start in Charlottesville, where the Wahoos, I know that's what they locally call them, but the Cavaliers started off slow. Actually had a 3-0 lead, and then Wake Forest woke up, took over, and they pretty much pulverized the Cavaliers the rest of the way. 16-9 was the final score. The game really wasn't that close. And then you have the Louisville game, where this definitely was a case of a school thinking that all they had to do was roll their helmets with the beaks on it onto the field, and Cal would roll on them. But they got rolled on by them. 29-26. The Cavaliers basically coasted their way. They sort of went to sleep in the fourth quarter, but matching the field goal that Louisville scored in overtime with a touchdown of theirs, both the Cards and the Cavs took L's. And it's a shame. In Virginia's aspect, I actually figured it was going to come to this. I thought it was going to be a month sooner than it ended up being, because as they say, Virginia is for lovers. Well, you proved once again that Virginia is not for football championship contenders. You had one job, Virginia. It was grooved all the way. I mean, you didn't have to play anybody tough the rest of the year until the ACC championship, but you had to hiccup hard against Wake Forest, a team where I have to admit they did fight hard, and it took CNI dogs to have to be robbed of a W at home against Georgia Tech. But Wake Forest is not one of great shakes. But Louisville, you're not off the hook. You all had the nerve to act as though you were big dogs, and you had Cal come in. You thought, oh, this will be easy. I mean, Virginia knocked them out. Well, we can knock them out. And you got knocked out. And so now it's almost to the point where you're begging this fool to buy back into the program. Better ingredients, better Papa John's. Yes, this dummy. You want him to actually come back and lift up the spirits of the program. No, don't do it. Don't do it, Louisville. Look, you had one job too. All you and Virginia had to do was just win out the rest of the way, and you more than likely would have had to fight off Georgia Tech to play in the ACC championship game. But no, you had to ruin all that too. Well, too bad, so sad for the both of you, because you both don't deserve to be in the playoffs. I should do you like Texas. Both of you. No playoffs for you. You both wish too. Suckers.
It's funny that you mentioned that. Here's the musical chairs. Georgia Tech 5-1, UVA 5-1, Pitt 5-1, SMU 5-1, Duke. And yes, Duke is a part of this 4-1. And then Louisville 4-2, Miami 3-2. And the two teams that's caused all this, oh, there goes Wake Forest right there. They're 3-3. Oh, there's Cal. They're 3-3.
3 as well.
And then there's Clemson. Oh Lord.
I told you, Dabo, stop being in the pockets of your players. And look at what it's costing you. This was a gimme year for you, and you screwed it up. You didn't even have to play the U until the ACC championship game, and you screwed it up.
So yes, you want to know why the ACC is in the musical chill? Because of all this. All this.
Why? All this. Oh Lord.
I said 3 weeks to go, right? There's a lot more turmoil to come in the Atlantic Coast Conference.
Why do you all like me saying that? I'm sorry, Ray saying that.
Hey, I use it at appropriate times, okay? I just don't use it just to use it, okay? At least give me that. I come with it at an appropriate time.
Yes, you have.
I don't like everybody else just want to use it because they see you. I use it when it's appropriate.
Oh, this like, oh Lord, no.
And you can't say this is not appropriate to use that on with this.
It was apropos, yes. Oh my gosh. I
Give
knew
me,
I
at
was
least
gonna
give me
pay
that.
I knew I was going to pay the price for saying that as often as I did. Oh my gosh.
Now, I do have two for this week. And mine is not a criticism.
Yours is not a criticism. Okay. Playoff teams avoided looking ahead. That would be Georgia, Notre Dame, and Bama. And all three of them made statements.
I mean, when he says you can just roll your helmet out on the field, that's not what Georgia, Notre Dame, and Alabama did Saturday. They just didn't roll their helmets out on the field.
No, they took care of business.
Knowing they had big games coming up. They looked at the opponent. They channeled their Bill Belichick. Georgia Bulldogs said, we on the Mississippi State. Notre Dame said, we on the Navy. And Alabama said, we on the LSU.
And that is how Virginia, Louisville, that is how big dogs do it. They see these unranked teams, and they and actually Navy is pretty decent. But they see these teams that they know they're better than. They go into the field, they mollywop them, and then they go back to their campuses. That's how it's done.
So, yeah. Congratulations to the Bulldogs of Georgia, the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame, and the Crimson Tide of Alabama for showing how it's supposed to be done to those who want to be a part of November football.
Yes.
AKA Virginia and Louisville. That's how it's done.
Yes. That is how it's done.
And if you notice, Mississippi State, not ranked. Navy, despite having a good year, not ranked. LSU and all their troubles, not ranked.
Definitely not ranked.
And then that brings me to this.
Quote, guns up, guns up, guns up. Close quote. Texas Tech shows dominance over that whack school, BYU.
Why is there so much volunteer coming out your voice there, sir? I thought you was a fan of BYU.
I am, but they decided to stay in Provo.
The tortilla tossing crowd of the Red Raiders enjoyed a great game in Lubbock, Texas, as College Game Day was there for the first time since I don't know when Texas Tech took down #1 Texas years ago
That would be 2008. Yes.
by one Michael Crabtree.
Mm-hmm.
They put on a similar performance against BYU in their newly white snowed uniforms, thanks to Patrick Mahomes. Shout out to Patrick Mahomes for getting back to his alma mater in a very fashionable way. 29-7. I watched this game and it was like BYU is lost on offense. Defense
has not been the case with them all year.
Defense, they kept them in the game as long as they could. And then all of a sudden, them body blows starting to hurt BYU. They starting to hurt.
Well, I mean that's what happens when you're physical. You know, you lean on the opponent hard enough, the body starts to go, and that's what happened defensively for BYU. They held on, but offense couldn't do jack. Couldn't help them out at all.
So Texas Tech showed out in a spotlight. Not a primetime spotlight, but in a spotlight because that was the College Game Day site. And it was right after College Game Day, 12 noon. Man, that was a great ass whooping Texas Tech put out there.
Pissing me off, BYU.
Now they have the inside track to get to Arlington, Texas for the Big 12 championship if they can continue on this track.
Well, we might see this game again.
Yeah, we might see this game again because BRU, that's their first loss of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Not even their first conference loss. Their first loss of the
First loss
season.
at all. Yeah, first loss, period. Yeah.
But don't party around too much because Cincinnati's right there, 5-1.
Yeah.
Houston, 5-2. Utah, 4-2. Arizona State, 4-2. Can BYU pick themselves up off the mat after this ass whooping? Which brings us to the standings.
Mm-hmm.
TCU, you had your chance and you just couldn't do it. Just couldn't do it.
No, but that's fine. That's wonderful. That is beautiful. And that's why I love Dallas.
Just couldn't make it happen.
I told you, Playmaker. TCU does not deserve that prosperity because they play in a city, they play in an area where they need to disappoint their fans every single time they set foot on a field.
We already talked about Memphis. We talked about Virginia.
Good job, Iowa State. I'm proud of you.
And we just got done talking about BYU. So.
And BYU, you all suck.
For those of you who don't know, he picked BYU to win the Big 12, and that took a shot.
Yeah, it took a shot. Oh, and speaking of taking a shot, shout out to you, Dion. I hope everything's good with you.
Which means Coach John still has a 2-game lead on me. We have Pitt 110 games, and you are in the 70s in wins.
Yes.
You should be proud of yourself.
Thank you. I am. You're almost there.
Oh, trust me, I'll get there.
I know you will.
So, that's it for this edition of the Gridiron Roundup.
Join Ryan McCarthy.
I became a Jets fan because Kurt the Frog was my favorite Muppet because he was green, and the Jets wore green That's how I become a Jets fan.
And Dustin Henry.
ESPN is cashing all in on let's pay a few personalities and we'll just kind of fill in the gaps.
As they walk you through all of the world of sports from their perspective.
The Albany Empire, it's a literal circus.
No credentials required. Where, Ryan, say the tag.
Where you don't need a press pass to talk sports.
Every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. On YouTube and where you can find all podcasts.
Sports fans are gearing up, whether it be for the madness of March, whether it be for the Super Bowl, or even a little thing called WrestleMania. You can get all that at Fanatics, where they have a wide selection of gear from every league, including the NFL, the NBA, the MLB, the NHL, the NCAA, and the WWE. So go on and show that pride, that passion, that dedication fan that you are by whipping your team, your league, or your favorite player. Fanatics, official license, everything.
Whether it's the men's college game,
The way that this season has been going, yeah, anything is possible.
the women's college game,
And how passionate Angel Reese was at that press conference, they got their mojo now.
the WNBA,
AJ Wilson, Brianna Stewart, 1 and 2, followed by Brittany Griner, Aaliyah Boston, Jackie Young.
or the NBA.
The Lakers had a 0.8 chance of winning. And then what happened in the fourth quarter? LeBron James by himself outdid the Clippers.
You will get any and all of the information right at your fingertips or your earlobes. Join the Playmaker as he breaks down all things basketball in Shooting Lights Out. On the Playmaker's blog, network, YouTube channel, and where you can find podcasts.
Well, it looks like I'll be doing the rest of the show on my own.
I told you I had a statement to make.
Well, I'm about to take you off if you don't change it.
Lanning, see you.
He couldn't get what he wanted, so he's trying to figure out another way to do it. And I'm not going to let him. So, with that being said, the College Football Playoff Committee did their rankings. And this is what they did. Now, I could go through the rankings, but I think the net slide is more important. So, here's the net slide. As you can see, the top 4 teams didn't change because why should it? They all won. So for they all won. Even though Indiana barely got by Penn State. And Georgia won, so they stay at 5. But Texas Tech jumped to number 6 over Ole Miss. Oregon moved up the spot to 8th, along with Notre Dame at 9th. The U! Cool McCain's Hurricanes. They have a spot in the college football playoffs currently, which is surprising because they're not even leading their darn conference. And then you have South Florida, thanks to Memphis screw up. South Florida, who's not even leading the conference as the Group of 5 champion.
Wait. So you mean to tell me the ACC frontrunner is not in this bracket?
No.
What type of crap is this?
No, because you know who should be in Miami spot?
Georgia Tech, I think.
Georgia Tech.
So that's what I'm saying.
Guess what? Georgia Tech is right there, and guess what? Miami is right there.
Mm-hmm. In fact, I'm gonna put this. See, you all are like CSUN NCAA. You're whack. It's a bunch of crap.
And you see what South Florida's ranked there.
Mm-hmm.
But Navy has the better conference record.
Right.
Navy is 5-1 in conference. South Florida is 4-1.
Mm-hmm.
Both teams are 7-2.
See, NCAA is whack.
So this is where we at in week 2 of the college football playoff rankings.
NCAA is whack. Whack, I say.
And Paul Firebon, I heard you this morning, sir.
Well, Alabama
you
all
knew,
the way.
No. But you knew going in when they made this system that a group of 5 team was going to be represented. Why you didn't say nothing about it last year?
Because it must have worked.
Because all of a sudden you have a problem that South Florida is in the current playoffs now. You didn't say none of that when Boise made it. Boise doesn't play in a Power 5 conference. In Power 4 conference? Am I mistaken?
You're not.
But you ain't hear no backlash about Boise, did you? Did you?
No, you did not.
Boise doesn't play a SEC schedule. Boise don't play a ACC schedule. Boise don't play a Big 12 schedule. Boise don't play a Big 10 schedule. So what's the problem from last year to this year, Paul? Mr. Feinbaum? And those of you out there who agree with Paul Feinbaum, what was all this last year when Boise State was in there? Oh, is it because it's Boise State? Who, like, what, one every 4 years actually makes an appearance? We knew how this was going in. The leader of the group of 5, which we call the group of 5 champion, gets an automatic bid to the playoffs. The group of 5 is part of the football division, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're not Division 2, right?
No, they're not Division 2.
So Power 5 is for you to group the group of 5 to compare them to AAA is very disrespectful.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually like Paul Feinbaum. But you was disrespectful today. And I must call you out on it. Now, if you want to make a case, tell these Power 4 teams, go ahead and go and challenge a American team. Go ahead and challenge you a Mountain West team. And we go from there. But you know what they ain't gonna do? That. Mm-hmm. We need our one FCS school on our schedule. Maybe 2. But we'll play all the other Power 4 conferences and we'll probably play 1 to 2 Power 4 conferences and then we'll go into our schedule because everybody want to do 9 conference games all of a sudden. Guess what? You want college football? You want to know how you can make it better? Look what college basketball is doing. You can just look at last night. Did you see that slate of games last night? Intriguing. Mm-hmm. Very intriguing slate last night in college basketball. Until college football wants to, stop being a bunch of cats, we might can get some progress. And me calling them cats is the most polite way I can put it. Anything you want to say?
This is why the NCAA, at least with the football aspect of things, it's why you have stupidity such as Governor Landry wanting to step in and fire a head coach and Governor DeSantis wanting to actually sue you because of whack judgment like this. Whack. I thought the name of the game is you have conference leaders be in front of everybody else. And if they're at large, they don't get a sniff. Why are we seeing at large teams over teams who are actually leading the conference? Whack, NCAA, but that's how you all are. The bigger the name, the higher the placement. And you're proving it again. Suckers.
And that will lead up.
Get to the next segment.
That's what I'm going to get to. That leads to the Gridiron campus tour.
Whack busters.
And we begin our campus tour for week 12. Damn, week 12 weeks already. Jeez. Where have the times gone? This begin Friday night in Eugene, Oregon. 9 p.m. Fox, where the Oregon Ducks, the 8th ranked Oregon Ducks, host Minnesota. All right, Dan Lanning, you survive Iowa City. Don't you take your ass home and mess around with the Golden Gophers.
Dan Lanning.
Ah, shit, you mad because he survived.
Okay.
You were looking forward to me crucifying him, and then you realize there's no crucifixion to happen. You trying to find a way to get it.
Okay. Getting by the skin of his teeth.
You said it was gonna happen.
He's gonna have another L that's gonna cost his team the playoffs. He keeps playing his team playing as haphazard like they have been.
You said the same thing last week, and he did the job.
Mm-hmm.
And now you mad?
I'm mad because this team should be molly-whopping squads.
You sat there and said last week they was not going to do that to Iowa, especially in that city, in that stadium.
I agree, but I didn't think it was going to be 18-16.
What games that you watch from Iowa that's not that type of scoring? It's Iowa we're talking about. Iowa's games always like this for whatever reason.
Iowa too. Look, Oregon's defense isn't all that.
Coach Johnson, as much as you watch football and college football, you know Iowa's like the only team in football, period, that does scores like this.
Well, Wisconsin, if they're good, do. But still, Iowa and Dan Lanning.
Especially if it's at home in Iowa City, where you get to wave to the kids. And good job, Oregon, for waving at the kids.
Yeah, they waved them. To me, they waved a little too long.
Them kids ain't doing nothing to you.
No, the kids ain't doing nothing to me, but it did something to the Oregon's concentration.
Oregon won. Get over it.
Dan Lanning.
From that, we go to the Big 12.
You better win to make my record better, son.
We both picked Oregon, so how are you going to make your record better?
No, I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to Lanning.
We both picked Oregon, so how is it going to make your record better?
I want all the dubs I can get. I don't want to see no upset that the Gophers decide to get them in Eugene.
And it's on a Friday, too. We know how Friday's been for ranked teams.
Yeah. House of Horrors.
Let's go to Saturday. To begin Saturday, FS1, 12 p.m. Big 12, Cincinnati, Ohio, the 25th ranked Bearcats. They play Arizona. Cincinnati, you have to win every game left.
Yeah, they have the motivation.
You have to win every game left.
Yeah, they have all the motivation necessary.
At any point before the conference championship, and you're done.
Kiss their season goodbye. Yeah. They kiss the conference championship goodbye, too. Forget championship game goodbye. Forget the playoffs.
So we are both picking the Cincinnati Bearcats to defend home turf.
Yeah.
Against the Wildcats. It's Bearcats over Wildcats. From Cincinnati to Navy.
Annapolis.
Coming off the disappointing blowout loss to the Notre Dame Fighter Irish in South Bend, Navy travels home at 12 p.m. ESPN2, and they take on the 24th ranked and current holder of the Group of 5 playoff spot, South Florida Bulls. Yeah. If South Florida loses, the committee gonna lose it.
They won't know what to do.
They gonna lose it.
They don't know what to do because I don't think they're gonna put Navy in that spot. They won't know what to do.
And the funny thing is, Navy is the one that actually beating the American Conference at 5-1. South Florida is trying to get them to 5-2, so they can move up to 5-1.
Yeah, and I want Navy to get it now. I do. I know I said Boise State. Fuck Boise State.
South Florida, I'm gonna see if y'all can handle prosperity.
They're gonna have to.
I'm gonna see if y'all can handle prosperity.
Well,
because I was tempted to go Navy. I am not gonna lie.
Yeah, I was tempted to go Navy too, but I was like, I
was tempted to go Navy on this one.
I was like, yeah, they got the driver's seat, might as well. But we saw how they handle prosperity in Coral Gables.
I mean, we both knew that wasn't gonna last.
No, they were gonna get their butts whooped there.
Especially after they did what they did a week prior.
Yeah.
From Navy, let's go to where College GameDay is going to be at.
Why are they at Pittsburgh?
They are in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania for this interesting game all of a sudden.
There's better games than this.
12 p.m. noon on ABC right after College GameDay. The 9th-ranked Fighting Irish. They got to travel to Pittsburgh. They take on the 22nd-ranked Panthers of Pitt.
What executive ESPN? Oh, I'm sorry. What executive Disney is smoking? Someone's smoking some good weed. Why Pittsburgh?
I'm gonna say this indirectly, to be honest, because knowing him is very indirectly, because he wanted to do this, but Pat McAfee's from Pittsburgh.
Pat McAfee. I know he's from Pittsburgh, but fuck him. In fact, that's a rival school of his anyway, since he went to West Virginia. Fuck him.
So that's why I say indirect, because I know he had nothing to do with it, like directly. Because I know knowing Pat McAfee, he won't push for them to go to Pittsburgh. He's like, let's let me know where we going, and I'll be there. That's Pat.
So we know McAfee's going to be going for Notre Dame.
That's going to be interesting to watch, though. Marcus Freeman, get your boys ready. Look like Pitt might be serious for once. So you might have to squeak one out. Because they'll be both picking Notre Dame.
I was about to say, if I really believe Notre Dame, they are motivated to want to run the table because they got to. One more loss, they will not even be considered for the playoffs.
And if you do lose to Pitt, it might be two. It might be two spots for you, meaning Buffaloes might get at you for losing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
From Pittsburgh and College GameDay to LA, California. As the 17th-ranked Trojans of USC take on the 21st-ranked Iowa Hawkeyes, 3:30 Big Ten Network.
Look at California.
USC. If y'all let the reject Pittsburgh Steelers come into LA and beat you.
Oh, no, not the reject Pittsburgh Steelers.
We have
wow.
You saw what the LA Chargers did to Pittsburgh on Sunday Night Football in that same city.
And embarrassed them. Mollywopped them.
I expect the same thing. I don't hear no rainy conditions in California for this one.
It never rains in Southern California anyway.
So I expect the best Trojan team to take the field. Nothing against you, Iowa. But I think this type of game is the type of game that you don't want to see. What?
No, nothing.
Yes, I know I hate USC, but I picked them. Yes, I know. Shut up.
I didn't say anything. I did not say a thing. I did not say a single solitary thing.
You don't gotta say you was thinking it.
But I didn't say anything.
You was thinking it. I know you. Every time you see my helmet on a USC, you ponder the question: do you really hate this team?
Because my answer is no.
And yes, I hate them, but darn it, it's called being objective.
Oh my.
Because I wasn't being objective, I'd probably be 10 games on you instead of 2.
But USC should take care of business. And I'm sorry for your Iowa. You're running against some tough competition. And unfortunately, your offense just can't handle it.
From California to the south, Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
That's why game day here.
As the 4th-ranked Crimson Tide play host to the 11th-ranked Sooners of Oklahoma. That is your SEC on ABC 3:30 slot game.
That's where they should have been there.
I'm sorry, OU. You got them last year. You ain't gonna
get them this year.
You ain't getting them
this year.
You ain't getting them this year.
You ain't getting them this year.
Because actually, you're the reason why they didn't make the playoffs last year.
Mm-hmm.
So that's an extra motivation for them.
So yeah, OU. My pick is 75%. You ain't gonna do it. 25%. I can't stand you. I want you to go down again.
Oh, they going down again. I mean, you ain't gonna catch them again. Not this Alabama team. You ain't catching them again.
And you ain't gonna hold. And if they do, they ain't gonna hold them 3 points in Tuscaloosa like they did.
Hell, they might score a touchdown on the first goddamn drive.
That's what I'm saying. You ain't gonna hold them to 3 points in Tuscaloosa like you did 3 points in Norman last year. That ain't happening.
So, Brent Venable, you better tell your boy to buckle them trench straps a little more tighter. Because Alabama, they coming to hit you.
And I want you to all go down hard. You can pause me all you want. I don't give a crap. I want you to be beaten down.
From Tuscaloosa, Alabama to
Wow,
Carolina.
I haven't seen East Carolina in a minute.
4 p.m. ESPN. East Carolina hosting the Memphis Tigers.
East Carolina, do you? Oh, wrong direction. My bad.
Y'all better wake up after that loss y'all took to Tulane.
They better.
You lose to East Carolina, you're trash. You're trash.
Wow, trash. That's harsh, playmaker.
You're trash. I don't care what your record is. If you lose to East Carolina, you're trash.
That's harsh, playmaker. They can't be trash. That's like Florida State. They are trash.
Thank you for making my point.
Thank you. I figured you'd like that.
Speaking of a team that might have some problems, the BYU Cougars in late night action 10:15 on ESPN down in Provo, Utah. They are hosting the Horned Frogs of TCU.
All right, BYU. You better do what you're supposed to do. Bounce back and beat this team. They're from Dallas. I'm sorry, they're from Fort Worth. Beat them down now.
If BYU loses to TCU,
they don't deserve to be in the playoffs nor the Big 12 championship game.
Coach Johnson's going to have a field day with the Big 12 next Wednesday.
Yes, I will. But again, I love Dallas.
And the crazy part is, even though he's doing it because it's TCU on there, no, he really wants BYU to win because he picked them to win the Big 12.
Exactly.
So this is double. He's doubling the amount of vitriol coming BYU way if they lose to TCU.
1 to the 100. And yes, I'll say this on here. If BYU goes down at home, and I mean goes down like a prostitute does a John, to TCU, I will be getting on BYU's behind. Pause.
So Brigham Young, do what the basketball team did and show up. You want to talk about logos you ain't seen in a long time. Let's go to the Mountain West. Let's go to San Diego, California.
Yeah, San Diego State, I haven't seen in a minute. Yeah.
Well, the Aztecs of San Diego State are hosting the Boise State Broncos. 10:30. CBS Sports Network.
You are so disappointing, Boise State. So disappointing. So disappointing.
If there's another team that has Boise State's number, it's the Aztecs. Give me the Aztecs. They at home. I like their chances. Matter of fact, what is that? What is that division look? What does that conference look like? Let's go to the Mountain West.
But San Diego State ain't been good since Marshall Faulk was their running back.
Well, guess who's lead? Guess who's tied for the lead for the conference?
I'll say it again. They ain't been good since Marshall Faulk was their running back.
So basically, the winner of this game has the inside track to the Mountain West Championship.
Mm-hmm.
San Diego State 4-1, Boise State 4-1. You want to talk about a surprising team? Guess who's 4-2 in conference play? Hawaii.
Hawaii. Hmm.
Even the Mountain West is interesting.
Yeah, we have some interesting conference races this year. Talked about the ACC having been musical chairs, Big Ten, ACC, SEC, Mountain West, and American Conference.
This is great. So whoever wins this game has the inside track. Either Coach Jones will be on here saying F Boise State, or I'll be on here and say, hey, I gave it a shot. It is what it is. Which brings us to the Spotlight Game of the Week. And if y'all been following the show, you should know what was going to be the Spotlight Game of the Week, regardless of what took place. I'll give you the honor, sir.
All right, so we have the number 10 ranked Texas Longhorns. They'll be traveling to Athens to go between the hedges against the number 5 ranked Georgia Bulldogs. Now, at stake is possibly the inside track to who's going to be playing in the SEC championship game. I would have said that if Texas actually came in undefeated in this game, this actually might be the first of 2 of these matchups. But no, this basically is going to pretty much serve as an elimination game because you got Alabama
Undefeated in conference play.
Undefeated in conference play, and you have Ole Miss, who's only lost 1. So
and you have the other school that he doesn't want to mention, but I'll mention for him. The only undefeated team in the SEC.
The Ole Miss.
That is not Ole Miss. Shut up. No, it's not. The Aggies of Texas A&M, who is ranked 3rd in the CFP rankings, are also they are the lone unbeaten team in the SEC at 9-0, 6-0 in conference play, along with Alabama, who is 6-0 in conference play.
Forget A&M.
And then you have the Bulldogs 6-1, the Ole Miss Rebels 5-1, the Texas Longhorns 4-1, and then you have that mixture of those with Vanderbilt 4-2, Oklahoma 3-2.
A&M sucks,
and yet they undefeated,
and they still suck. Anyway, woosah. From crap to Shinola. Now, Texas, they faced Georgia last year twice and took it on the chin in Austin, 30-15. And they, at least in the SEC championship game in Atlanta, forced it overtime, but Georgia was just a little too much for Texas. So this will be the 3rd time that they'll meet up in the last 13 months. Well, what did you all think about this game? We of course put it to the people as to who you think was going to win this matchup, November 15th, 3:30 p.m. Eastern kickoff in Athens, Georgia. Who between Texas and Georgia did you say was going to win this football contest? And the people spoke, and the people said the Bulldogs, almost 80-20. Almost a runaway landslide victory for the Bulldogs. And I feel for the Longhorns. So that's what you all said. What did Playmaker and I say is going to win this contest? Well, Texas, I'm for you. I'm for you. No, I ain't. And you whack, Buster. You whack. Forget this background crap. You whack for this. Whack. What? Why'd you go? Why you go over to whack? Whack.
Hey, obvious.
Whack.
That should have been. That should. You should have known going into who was gonna pick who.
No, I understand why you picked them because I said that Georgia was going to be the SEC champion. You said that Texas is. I get why, but you whack because you know that you got the Make-A-Wish kid in Arch Manning, who barely got up off the canvas to actually play the best game he's played all year. This past Saturday against Vanderbilt. They're going to play a little bit stiffer competition.
And then why did you pick BYU over Texas Tech last week?
Because I thought Texas Tech was going to suffer.
Your exact words was standing on business.
Okay, standing on business, but I also thought that Texas Tech, they're a little thin at the quarterback position.
I'm standing on business.
You standing on business. Well, I'm standing on business
like you just said, Arch Manning coming off his best performance. I got something to lean on now. And it came against a very good competition at that.
An angel, lie away, winning in the arms of an angel. For only 32 cents a day, you can sponsor an offensive lineman to block for the Make-A-Wish kid, Arch Manning. Donate today to the University of Texas program.
So guess what? Somebody is going to be out of the SEC race after Saturday. And then the other one going to have to pray that the other two teams at the top get knocked out somehow.
Well, Georgia, it's worse for them. Texas is a little easier because they do host A&M to end their season. So they have the better shot of knocking off one of those two. Georgia, they had their shot at home against Alabama and choked at home. So they're screwed. But I still picked them to win the SEC championship.
And I picked Texas to win the SEC. So,
all right, Make-A-Wish kid, make me smile, but don't win.
Make him smile, but don't win.
That's right.
He literally is telling his team to do well and lose.
Why? Because they don't do jack against big-time teams.
Here's a big-time team right here in front of them.
Again, they don't do jack against big-time teams.
There's a big-time team in front of him right here.
And they're going to get beat down by another big-time team, and this will boot Texas out of the playoffs.
And what if they win? And guess what? You ain't have to pick this game because this game is automatically going to be in the recap.
What if they win? Okay. Well, I most certainly ain't going to be rooting for Texas A&M to beat Texas. I might pick Texas to lose to Arkansas.
And you do realize if the playoffs was to happen right now, they're actually in the playoffs.
I know. Yes, we rolled that earlier. Yes, they're in the playoffs, but they're going to suffer a third loss, and they won't make it there.
You praying that they don't make it.
No, I'm not praying. I just said to you, this team
You just
will be whacked.
said do me good and lose.
And I meant every single syllable.
So yes, you're praying for your own team to not make the playoffs.
Because they don't deserve to be in the playoffs.
Sometimes you ain't praying for them not to be in. You ain't praying for you praying for them downfall. That's what you're doing.
Because this team is whacked. They don't deserve to be in the playoffs. What outside of the first 3 quarters of Saturday's game, what game made you think that Texas is playoff caliber in 2025? Not a one.
And yet here we are.
And yet
They
here we
are
are.
and they are number 10, sitting in the playoffs right now.
And they're gonna be sitting out the playoffs after the L Daytona takes Saturday.
Longhorns win because I want to see his face next Wednesday. That the realization is they have a legit shot of making the playoffs.
And what's gonna suck is what's really gonna suck is if they do beat Georgia, they actually might suffer a third loss to, of all teams, Texas A&M at home, and they might eliminate them. That is what's going to royally suck.
I mean, ain't that team undefeated?
But it still would suck.
Don't they have a oppressive resume of the teams that they beat to be undefeated?
One of them was LSU, and they still suck.
Notre Dame in South Bend.
Okay, so they have that one impressive victory. Still, they're hot to the garbage.
Missouri at Missouri.
And they're still hot to the garbage.
That's why I love your biasness. Because you can't look at them and say like, yes, Texas A&M is having a very good season. It is very shocking.
Because they have manure all over them. It's just colored maroon.
No, that's because you can't utter the words of an objective analyst.
No, I'll utter the words of objective journalist right here. You could dress a turd at tux, but you still call it a piece of crap. And that's Texas A&M.
Like I said, you can't do it. You can't do it. Okay. You can't accept the fact that Texas A&M was the top team of the SEC right now, and they've been a top team in the SEC for I don't know what 9 games.
Okay.
9 weeks.
Fine. Texas A&M has actually played the best brand of football in the Southeastern Conference. Yeah. And they still whack. And they still suck.
Okay, now I can take off the screen so you can go ahead and throw up and come back.
Lord have mercy.
And that's the recount here. Oh, I picked. All of us is picking the same teams until we get down to the last 2 games. So Oregon, South Florida, Cincinnati, Notre Dame, USC, Alabama, Memphis, and BYU. We all picking the same. I'm going San Diego State over his Boise State Broncos, and I'm going Texas Longhorn over the Georgia Bulldogs. So that concluded the Bear Down campus tour.
That was horrible. I'd rather say that I love Ron DeSantis over that statement.
You have to be objective, man.
I was objective.
I was just saying you got to be objective, man. You might hate the team, but guess what? They're doing the job that's supposed to be done.
Oh, I am objective. They probably played the best in the SEC, and they still are hot garbage.
This team has not scored outside of Auburn Well, they only scored 16. Outside of Auburn, they have not scored less than 34 points or 31 points. Jeez, that offense is ridiculous.
I'm somewhat pissed off at Arkansas because they actually matched them almost score for score, but they couldn't come up with a dub.
No, they got South Carolina this week.
Lord.
And then they play Sanford before they go to Texas. Oh Lord.
Lord have mercy. A program disappointment of a program, a direction school, and then Texas.
With that being said, that'll do it for this episode of Bearing Down the Gridiron.
I'll show you how much I want to end this episode right now.
Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for watching. If you are watching on the YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and stay up late with everything you got going on here. If you listening on my personal LinkedIn page, go ahead and hit me a follow on there, and also slide over to the Playmakers Ball YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button and notification bell. Thank y'all for listening on the Real Wise Radio. Appreciate you. We'll see y'all next week for more chaos in the world of sports.